Very good afternoon, all of you. Today we have got with us the very talented Dr. Vathsalya, who has got 7th rank in NEET SS 2022 exam. Many congratulations, Dr. Vathsalya.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So let's hear your story. Tell me about yourself, and then let's discuss your strategy in the exam. So where did you do your undergrad and post-graduation from, Dr. Vathsalya?
Ma'am, I'm Dr. Vathsalya. I have done my undergraduation from Andhra Medical College in King George Hospital, ma'am, which is in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. And then I did my post-graduation from Safdarjung Hospital, ma'am, Vardhaman Mahavir Medical College in Delhi.
Okay, in Delhi, right. And which year did you clear your post-graduation?
Ma'am, this year only, ma'am. I'm from fresh batch.
2022. Your exam was when?
2022, ma'am.
Okay, so you just finished your exam, exit
Yes,
exam, and then you took the entrance test and you cleared. That's wonderful. That's nice to hear, Dr. Vathsalya. Many congratulations on this wonderful achievement that you don't have to do SRship now. You'll be doing,
Yes,
MCH directly. So lovely to hear that. Now, tell me your strategy. When did you start preparing? How did you decide that you'll be doing gynecology, oncology? All those things. Let's discuss that.
Ma'am, actually, I was interested in gynae all the time, so I opted for gynae during when I cleared my PG entrance test, and then I opted for Safdarjung because it's a very good hospital, and I am the first batch going from Andhra and writing NEET PG and going to Delhi, ma'am, because initially we had only exam for our state. So ours is the first batch which had NEET exam through which we can go to other states and work.
Okay.
So I was very happy when I joined, ma'am.
So you came to Delhi then?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful.
And then there I joined a unit where dedicated to oncology, ma'am.
All right. So that is where your
interest in oncology. And then I thought I have to join gynae onco, but because initially the pattern of the exam was you have to read Barrack and Hacker and you have to read like books like Barrack and Hacker to clear the NEET super specialty exam is what my seniors told me, which I didn't do during my post-graduation.
That is how it was in the last 2 years. The questions were from Barrack and Hacker.
When I came to know that the pattern has changed, I thought like, why can't we give a try?
Yes, wonderful.
And I did my preparation, like complete preparation during my PG, ma'am, for my theory exams and my practicals.
So which exact month did you start preparing for NEET SS exam?
Ma'am, NEET SS I prepared from end of the July only, ma'am.
End of July.
That's all, ma'am.
That's just 1 month of preparation you are saying?
Yes, ma'am, exactly. Because the advantage is that I'm I prepared for my theory and practical, which is
theory exam, and this time the questions were from the theory part, more on the clinically.
And then when I thought, yes, ma'am, and when I thought I have to write this NEET SS, but I don't know where to, I don't have exact guidance, ma'am.
All right.
So then one of my junior actually has told me about Reproneet.
All right. So when did you join Reproneet?
Ma'am, July, ma'am. In the July ending itself, I have joined Reproneet. And then I have taken the crash course, ma'am, which was for 4 months.
All right. So you started preparing from that. So basically, you were not very sure of what all to prepare, what all to do.
Exactly, ma'am.
You had prepared well for your exit exam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And then 1 month of preparation here, and then you cleared the exam. Wonderful, Dr. Vathsalya. This is a very, short and sweet story that you just knew everything. So during your PG times, did you get time to study?
Ma'am, first year I didn't study at all, ma'am. We were very, as you know, every PG first year.
First year you're not.
Yes, ma'am. But second year, at the end of second year and third year is what I read. And I read only basic books, ma'am. For gynae, I read Williams Gynae. And then for obstetrics, I read Arias and Iron Donalds, ma'am.
So you had not touched Williams?
No, ma'am, no Williams. But I have read all the PPTs that are made in our college from Williams only.
Okay, so you had academics at your parent institute, the college.
Yes.
And then you read all of that for obstetrics. So the questions were a lot clinical questions.
Exactly, ma'am, because
So,
every day we see NSTs and 4 on 5 questions are from NST only. So I was able to answer very quickly. Yes, ma'am.
staying in touch with your work helped a lot of this exam.
Exactly, ma'am, exactly. And the rounds we attended daily.
So it was a very clinical exam, and it was a benefit for those who were not off their duty, who were doing duty, and during that time they attempted this exam. So wonderful, Dr. Vathsalya. Tell me about your strategy in the exam. So it was a 150 marks exam. Had you planned anything before that? What number of questions you will skip and what number of questions you will attempt, since it is a negative mark?
Actually, I have decided initially only that I have to go aggressively.
Okay, all right.
I wanted to attempt like more than 145 questions was my target.
Target.
And then
So,
I decided I divided the timing of the exam. I'm like, if it's 150 minutes for 150 questions.
All right, 150 minutes for 150 questions. That's right.
So then I have in 2 hours. So it's 2.5 hours, na ma'am. I completed all the 150 questions in 2 hours itself.
All right.
And then again in the half an hour, I went through all the 150 questions.
Okay. Whichever you had to change, you changed.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many in the end, how many did you leave? Which questions did you not attempt?
Ma'am, I attempted 146 questions, ma'am. And I left 4 questions, which were completely based on percentages, which I never remembered, ma'am.
Wonderful. So Dr. Vathsalya, your clinical work helped, and you joined Reproneet just, in the last month. So I am sure that it was a very short time to finish.
Ma'am, though it's short time, but I managed somehow to go through all your videos, ma'am.
So you did go through all the videos in that 1 month. That's wonderful. So was that of help in the exam?
Definitely, ma'am, because the questions like on the adenosquamous variants of cervical cancer and all,
right.
I never read during my PG course, ma'am.
Of course, that is at the end of the cervical cancer chapter.
Yes, ma'am. That I never read during my PG exam. If you start
reading Berek and Hacker, you will get bored till half of cervical cancers and then reaching there.
And I remember you telling, ma'am, that now if you concentrate on my notes, if you don't have time of reading Berek and Hacker, you just go through my notes, which will be more than enough. And that really worked for me in this exam.
So it worked very well for you. You had a good clinical knowledge from your institute. And then whatever 1 month was there, you did from Reproneet Learning. And I believe that you were very composed and confident in the exam that you got such a beautiful score, Dr. Vathsalya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. So your interest is in gynecologic oncology only?
Yes, ma'am.
That's nice, Dr. Vathsalya. Any tip that you would want to give to the next batch? How to prepare for the next exam?
Ma'am, based on this pattern, like you have to just attend all the clinical rounds properly, ma'am. Yes. And then I advise all my juniors to first read the basics and then go for higher things.
That's right. So then, what happens, Dr. Vathsalya, Safdarjung is very academically strong institute. Most of the institutes in North, in Delhi and Chandigarh, they have got good academics, but that's not how it is, unfortunately, in other parts of the country. Where I did my post-graduation in Maharashtra, there's a lot of clinical work, but a little less, in fact, a lot less attention on the academics.
Yes, ma'am. Even in my second year, I didn't open my books at home like separately to read one chapter. I used to just go whatever case I felt interesting that day or we have discussed in the rounds. Just for 1 hour, I used to sit and refer that topic, ma'am.
Yes, this difference was there since I have worked in Maharashtra and then I have worked in Delhi and I have worked in Chandigarh. So I felt this huge difference between the kind of academics. In Maharashtra, there was not much interest in academics. They were all surgeons. Okay. Like my degree is master's in surgery. And they would teach meticulous surgical steps. They would teach everything, how to tie a surgical knot, how to take deep knots. But when it comes to academics, it would be once in 6 months, one of the units would present something. So it was
no, ma'am, we used to have classes every week, like every Thursday and Friday we used to have.
And then when I came to Delhi, we would have twice a week class.
Yes, ma'am, exactly.
That academic difference is there and that benefit is there for those students who are doing from Delhi. Maybe the surgical exposure might not be as much in gynecology, but your academics are quite strong in most of the institutes.
Obstetric part is very fine, ma'am, in Safdarjung. Like you can see lots of cases. When I came
part, when North India, that is when I realized that guidelines are to be followed. They're not just things on the internet. They are to be followed. People read them and follow them.
True.
So your institute, that was a great help to you because they were practicing based on the guidelines only, and then the questions were from, most of the questions were from ward rounds only. What are you going to do with NST? What do you do when this kind of problem happens during labor and delivery? So wonderful. So one important instruction for students would be that sitting and preparing is not a good idea nowadays with the kind of giving. You can pay attention to your patients, to your consultants' rounds, and then that will also be a help in the exam like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, Dr. Vathsalya. It was wonderful talking with you. That's all that I needed from you, Dr. Vathsalya. We'll stay in touch after you take a seat also.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Have a good day, doctor.
Ma'am, I would like to thank my family, ma'am, who supported me a lot.
Yes, we did not talk about that part. So your family, who all are there in your family? Let's get to know.
Ma'am, I'm married in my PG second year. Like my husband supported me a lot, and he is the one who encouraged me to give NEET SS.
Wonderful, wonderful to have a husband who asks you, to do NEET SS. So who else is there? You stay with your
my parents, ma'am, my in-laws. They supported a lot, and my sister, ma'am.
All right. So wonderful, wonderful to have a nice family who's supporting, and you're going to need their support for the next 3 years in MCH quality also.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's nice. You're lucky that you have a supportive family, and you made full use of whatever privileges that you had, the college, the family. Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of love and blessings to you, Dr. Vathsalya.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Nice talking with you.
And you were also so motivating, ma'am.
That's nice. Thank you so much.
Whenever I messaged you personally, you replied me.
I did saw your messages that I replied initially, and then later I had told you that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because that time I was getting a lot of messages from people, and
then I can understand, ma'am.
What happens is when you message in group, somebody will answer your question, and then I'll read.
What I understood after you told me to message in the group, I thought like
yes. What happens? Somebody answers, and then I tell them, yeah, this is correct. So half of my work is done by most of my students only of clearing doubts. Though those doubts, when they clear, I do read those doubts whether they have answered correctly or not. So I do intervene, but it becomes easier in a group for me. That's why. All right, Dr. Vathsalya, it was nice knowing you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, Dr. Nice talking to you, ma'am, in life.
Yes, same here, doctor. Same here.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, I'll end the meeting then.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you for your time, doctor.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.